Beautiful spot here. Still me, MilPic here. And yes, I know I showed that before. I think I made a short about it, but I forgot actually. And I do not really have any signal here. So this is a internet-free zone, but I get free alpha waves. Anyway, Viperade, if I pronounce that correctly, is, yeah, it's actually nowhere written. This is a kind of pouch they offer here on the Amazon webpage in all kind of variations, but I didn't want it to have like with extra pulse or molly or whatever. And I like this kind of waxed canvas style, you know. So my point is always like I stuff my pockets. I have in a lot of my shirts I have a pen slot, and yeah. So I look always like weighted down, right? If somebody push me in the water, you know, I mean, I will float, you know. That's not the problem. But it might be heavy, you know. So I wanted to get something where I can put some of my stuff, like a knife, maybe a small multi-tool, a pen, and in all kind of variations inside a bag, you know. So I grab it, add maybe, or take something away and throw it in a bag, you know. Can be a business bag, can be a leisure bag, or even in the side of on the cargo pockets on the side, right? Or in your chest pocket, whatever, you know. And then I saw this one here, and I like the color. This is, by the way, if it's not really easy to see, it's green. These 3 slots worked perfectly fine for me. Yeah, I added a very, very large pen in here, which is not really young neither, but it looks very heavy, but it's quite light. Kuma rum. Works good in this connection here, rides perfectly on the ride in the rain, right? And I have that, let me get that out. I like this one here, the next tool, the W2, with this very nice monkey wrench here, which is very smooth. And also, I'm not sure I showed that before, you have these huge pliers. I mean huge, but for this kind of tool, quite big. Yeah, this is not about the multi-tool. Other people show that much better, but look, works perfect. Especially this has no clip, you know, so you always have to find something where you can put that in without losing it or dangling around. And this one, this is this is a China brand. Work Pro it's called, you know, and this has a very nice cutter blade, replaceable, right? And very, very, how the Japanese say, bendy, you know, very useful. Clip is strong enough, so this goes nicely in here, and you cut mostly packages and carton and cardboard and stuff like that. So for this that is perfect. If I throw that in a business bag, I'm not going on a survival trip, which means what do I need to cut is a piece of rope or tape or some carton or whatever. Yeah, I showed already the ride in the rain goes in here, and there is a huge pocket on the rear, which I have wet tissues inside, you know. So always very handy after eating or cleaning something, and yeah, voila, you have some essentials. You can throw, of course, your money in there, or your ID or business cards or whatever you think about, right? Size, as you can see, this goes in most people's hand, or you have very small hands, and it is not very obtrusive. Doesn't look tactical. It is more like a kind of like EDC pouch, right? Without this kind of military style, which in the end, again, here in Japan, nobody cares, right? I can run around with whatever clothing, you know, only the foreigners look stupid. Japanese, they don't mind that at all, okay? Never had trouble with that. Anyway, Viperade, I think that is more than enough on that very small pouch. Thank you very much for watching. You all watch your 6. Have a great day. MilPic over.